Check one.
Check two.
Clear it in post.
Clear it in post.
Welcome, my brother.
Yeah.
Oh. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, welcome back, guys. Episode number 6, 10 plus 1. I'm Corey Blanc.
And I'm Christopher Knox.
Who do we got today?
Today we have
Nick Shelnut.
Nick Shelnut.
Yep.
What do you do here, Nick?
I am supposedly the lead of the Peripherals.
Head of the Peripherals department.
Yeah.
And explain what peripherals mean.
Honestly, I don't know.
All metal that's not cookware.
Yeah, all the metal that's not cookware.
Yeah.
So any of the bar.
It's not the cookware and it's not the wood goods.
Yeah.
So give a couple for instances.
So any of the pick sets we've been working on, just wrapped up a bunch of those today. Mm-hmm. All the barware that isn't wooden, we do all that stuff. Knives, the garden tools, steak turners.
The spreaders, those beautiful spreaders.
Yeah, well.
The cleavers.
Yeah, the cleavers. Yeah. Anything that
Cutlery,
we think is a
barware,
cool
garden tools.
Yeah.
Also, you do the heritage pans.
Yes, we do the heritage pans now, too.
Yeah, you just said do now.
It got me. Yep.
Yeah, heritage pans, and yeah.
We did that copper stuff recently. That was super fun.
Those copper pans are beautiful.
Yeah.
That was a very good job.
Well, Corey made them pretty. We hammered him out. He's the one that polished them.
You made them where I can make them shiny.
Yeah. He shined them up real nice. Yeah. All right. So 10 plus 1, Blanc Creatives, we are taking everybody from the shop and introducing them to the world and telling their biography through music.
There you go. You got it.
Sixth time. First.
6 times a charm.
I've been thinking about it like all day. And so we're going to go through like story of your life through 10 plus 1 songs. Yeah. Finally. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Nice.
A little late on the cues, but
I know. I got to figure it out one day.
And so also just want to remind everybody that if you're listening on Spotify, if you have Spotify Premium, you'll be able to hear the whole song in its entirety. If you have the free Spotify, you only hear 30-second snippets. And if you're watching on YouTube, we can't play the songs, but in the description will be a link to all the songs and an extended version of Nick's playlist that he'll be sharing with us today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. And with that, what's the first song you remember hearing?
So the first song that I remember hearing, it's not the song that I picked, but it's the artist. And I probably heard this song super early. Mm-hmm. My dad, he owned a chain of 1-hour photos. And so we drove a lot. Mm-hmm. And he would always play the song Warren Zevon, Lawyers, Guns and Money.
Nice.
Along with Dylan, John Prine, he was just super into that.
Mm-hmm.
That group. Yeah.
Did you ever work at one of these 1-hour photos growing up?
No, by the time I was old enough to work, digital had kind of come out and crushed the whole 1-hour photo industry. So
yeah.
How many did he have?
I think he had 3 of them.
Okay.
That's awesome. Yeah. I always had I remember growing up being I want to be one of the kids that work in the photo booth in the parking lot of the Roses. Because I don't know, just the cozy little spot, you're just doing your thing, be left alone. Those kids were always weird. They're probably selling drugs out there or something too.
Oh, for sure.
Side. But yeah, those little photo booths were awesome. All right, so let's So which song did you say this was again?
This is Lawyers, Guns, and Money by Warren Zevon.
All right, let's do it.
Let's get into it.
All right, Warren Zevon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great tune. I remember, yeah, like my grandpa used to play that too, and my dad. And you were saying something about your middle name?
Oh, yeah. So his song Roland the Headless Thompson Gunner, which is really big over in like Norway and stuff. Apparently he named me after that song, my middle name.
Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I almost picked that one, but it's a little gory. I was like,
That's all right. Dude, I played Megadeth.
Yeah.
that's true.
That's all right.
No rules in here.
Yeah, so where'd you grow up? Where were you born and how'd that work?
So I was born in Lynchburg, and we lived in Prince Edward County until I was like 6, and then my parents split up. So then I was kind of like all over the place. I lived in Amherst for a little while as a kid, Lynchburg proper for a while. When my mom remarried my stepdad, Kyle, he had a farm over in Buckingham, and that's really where I spent most of my childhood.
Okay. But you grew up in Virginia the whole time?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much all over Virginia, all the central Virginia.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, so where are we at next?
So next,
What are you doing in life?
what am I doing in life? I skipped a lot. I went straight to like my teenage years.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second. When
Yeah.
did that come out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that song came out in like 94.
Early enough, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, were you like a heavy music household growing up? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My dad had his house, actually had speakers in the walls.
oh, awesome.
Like he like set up and like played records all the time. He's really cool. My mom, definitely a super music household too.
Yeah.
And we drove a lot, so there was always music on in the cars. And so, yeah, and the next song is kind of like me getting into like my own music, and you know, I went through a phase where like I remember on Sonya's listening to her, I was like, yeah, I know a lot of these songs, like the My Chemical Romance phase, and like Taking Back Sunday,
Yeah.
Blink-182, all those guys.
Yeah.
I listened to a lot of that stuff.
How old were you? How'd you get into those things? Did you hear them on the radio, on MTV? Did you have a cool friend?
I guess my older sister helped with that a lot because she was 2 years older than me. So like she was, you know, hanging out with a different group of friends and bringing in her music.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, like friends on the school bus, like recommending stuff. And I would go to Walmart and I would like always like save like, you know, $12
Yeah.
and go buy a CD and just see what happens, you know? So,
Yeah. I feel like older siblings
It's a big one.
is like real good way to get into like outside the box stuff.
yeah.
Because, you know, unless you like I didn't have any older siblings, but I just happened to run into like interesting kids, you know, that were my age that probably had older siblings that got them into stuff, you know. And yeah. So what year would you say this is?
Well, this album was 2001.
This album was 2001.
Yeah.
All right. So it reminds me of like 2006 when I like first got my driver's license, and I had like a 1987 BMW 6 Series.
Oh, nice.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
But it only had a cassette player, so I remember like sitting in my room and burning CDs onto cassettes.
Yeah.
And yeah.
The old backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever have one of those? Because it was like a tape with a cord that plugged into my little CD man, the Discman.
The Discman, yeah. My sister had one of those. I never had one of those.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had mostly tapes. By the time I was driving, CDs were out, but I still had like a big basket of tapes in my car.
Yeah.
And all right, so what song is this?
This is Hash Pipe by Weezer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very excellent.
All right, let's hit it.
All right, let's do it. All right, Weezer.
Hash
That's a
Pipe.
great tune. Yeah, we were discussing it. It might be like their heaviest song now. I can't think of anything that's like heavy all the way through like that.
That's definitely probably their heaviest.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's a good song. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, in my head, that is a way older song. I don't know why.
2001, Green Album, third album.
Yeah. I could have swore that was a 90s tune, but I guess not. So what kind of stuff were you getting into in your BMW listening to Weezer?
In high school, I was actually in a band for a while. Like,
Oh, yeah?
I played guitar, and so I was like a rhythm guitar in this Taking Back Sunday cover band.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we did other stuff too. But,
Was it called Taking Back Monday?
I don't remember the name of the band. They kicked me out.
You don't remember the name of the band?
No, I don't.
Oh, that's disappointing.
It was like all my friends that I always hung out with, and there was like one guy from another school that was a little bit older, like was neighbors with one of my other friends. And so it was kind of just like your typical garage band kind of thing.
Did you guys play out any shows or anything?
They did.
Yeah.
Like I practiced with them for like a year, and like we never really did any shows, and then they kicked me out of the band.
Yeah.
Because they said that I should be a solo artist. Because
You're too good for us.
You're just
man.
like elbowing everyone off the stage. Be like, no.
That's what their excuse was.
Yeah.
But
That's hilarious.
no, I ended up like playing like battles of bands and stuff like that solo, and I actually beat them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
All right. Well, I like that.
yeah.
It's good. Tasty revenge.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm still friends with those guys, but
Yeah. Still, you rub it in.
Yeah.
Remember Battle of Bands?
yeah. Burkeville Battle of the Bands came
Yeah.
in second place. Y'all didn't even place.
Oh, burn.
Goodness. That's cool.
Yeah. Shout out to John and Shiloh. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So what do you got next?
So next is Hanging Around by Counting Crows.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess this is like coming out of high school, and like I left home a little bit early because I was just a kind of an asshole kid, and I didn't get along with my stepdad, which now we have a great relationship. Like everything's fine. But
How old were you when you
I left home
moved
at
out?
17.
17?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Did you stay out or did you go back home a couple of times?
I moved back in with my dad like when I was like 22 for a little while, like a summer, just to like figure out what I was doing next.
Yeah.
Who were you living with at 17?
I was dating this girl that was like 21.
Nice.
Yeah. And so ended up moving in with her. I guess we dated for like 7 years.
Oh, wow.
No, probably not that long. It was a long relationship, but yeah. So maybe like 5 years. But yeah, around 22 we broke up, and that's when I went back and moved in with Dad for a little bit.
Right. So you were just still going to school?
I continued to go to high school and graduate and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. You must have been like a hero.
Yeah, what was that, junior year?
Yeah. Well, no, because my birthday's in May, so my birthday's at the end of the year, so I was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was a 17-year-old senior. So,
Gotcha. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So how'd you get into Counting Crows? Did she get you into stuff or?
My mom was actually a Counting Crows fan.
Okay.
Like, she's a huge fan of all that like 90s alternative stuff. Mm-hmm. So like a lot of like Toad Wet Sprocket, these guys.
Yeah.
Counting Crows, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Was that Presidents of the United States? Remember that?
Yeah.
That was like,
President of the United States. They're totally awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. They've got, their catalog runs deep when you really get into it.
Really?
And it's all good.
That's interesting. Yeah, I heard what was on MTV.
Yeah,
but
you heard Peaches.
Yeah.
But there's more than that.
Yeah. Just
like with Counting Crows, there's more than Mr. Jones.
Oh yeah, I saw them live at is it Wolf Trap?
Okay.
Yeah, that big outdoor amphitheater and campground.
When was that?
I was dating Caitlin at the time because me and Caitlin went together, and I was living in Seaville, so I guess that was like 2018.
No, okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, 2016. Yeah, 2016.
All right. Yeah, I met these dudes once. They came into my bar. They were playing a show in Atlantic City, and they were super rad dudes. Like, I was never a Counting Crows fan.
Yeah.
Like, now I'm sure if I were to dive into it, there'd be some good stuff. But back then I wasn't. But they were telling me like how much money those casino tours like doing like all the casinos around. Like
Yeah.
they get so much money, and it's like, why would you not do that? You know?
Yeah.
They treat you like a king. You get a huge suite, and yeah, it seems pretty rad. Pretty rad setup.
Yeah.
All right. So what about this song in particular?
I mean, this song kind of speaks for itself. I was still living in the same town pretty much, and it's just like I was kind of like ready to get out of there and do other stuff. So yeah.
What's the name of this song?
Hanging around?
Hanging Around. You said that.
Been hanging around this town.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So-
Counting Crows. Let's do it.
All right, Counting Crows.
All right. Yeah, that was a good song. Like I was saying, I never really got into him because I just heard Mr. Jones and I hated it.
Oh yeah, that
You know,
song's
like-
awful.
And like I hated his hair.
Yeah, I was like,
You know what I mean?
I was like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, Christopher didn't like him because of the dude's dreads.
Yeah,
yeah,
like-
and he was all over MTV at that time.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
oh, this guy's a douche. And but yeah, I do need to do a dive on him because that was awesome.
I think he did date Jennifer Aniston at some
He
point.
did.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not bad.
Yeah. I guess. All right.
If you're gonna dive into them, I would suggest "The Rain King" to start with. That's a great song.
Okay. Rain King.
Yeah, that almost made it on this playlist.
All right, I'll check that out. Yeah, so yeah, you were saying you grew up like a lot of land. You grew because I know the area that you grew up in, and
Yeah.
it's like kind of out in the sticks, but like
Oh yeah, like an hour to get anywhere. you
yeah.
know?
Tell me about it.
So yeah, when my mom remarried, she married Kyle, and his family farm is 250 acres.
Wow.
Yeah, so like as a kid, like I was saying, I feel like I was like the last generation that really got to like be a kid before, you know, the internet and
Yeah.
constant connectivity.
Yeah, just being out, just
Yeah, like there was
like
a creek
be
that
home at dusk.
yeah,
you
like
know.
a creek that ran through the property and like you know go down there with a BB gun and shoot snakes and swim around in the summer times.
And just that sound of like your parents way off in the
Yeah.
background calling your name for
Yeah.
like dinner.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like,
You're
oh,
just
there
like,
you go.
fuck, I gotta go.
Yeah. Did you have like? Were you mostly alone when you were a kid, or did you have friends that were over on?
I mean, occasionally we would have, you know, sleepovers and stuff. Like
Yeah.
I had one of my best friends, Logan, from like middle school. He would come over and ride mini bikes and,
Yeah.
you know, do early teenage boy bullshit.
Yeah.
Like we used to had this mini bike and we would like drive across this field over and over again. And we had a PVC bow and would like try to shoot arrows at each other.
Yes, dude, I miss doing wild shit,
Yeah.
man. Especially as a little boy back in the day,
Yeah.
man. We'd just like try and hit me with this rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing the Rock Wars.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, rock wars, dirt clod wars.
Yeah.
Just how much fun! Just get three friends to like pick up the biggest rock and throw it in the water.
Yeah, we did a lot of that. There's like a half-acre pond on the property, and just I remember one time in high school, me and my buddies. It was senior skip week, I think. No, it couldn't have been senior skip week. I guess it was junior year, and we were just playing hooky or something. I don't know, or maybe it was the summertime. But there was a slide going down into the pond that Kyle had gotten. He's a teacher. They redid the primary school's playground, and so he got like this old slide from like the 1940s.
Metal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
The hot metal
Yeah,
slides, man.
yeah. And
sometimes you'd get stuck on them because your flesh was
You
just
got
seared
shorts
to it.
on. You're just
yeah,
like,
Yeah,
we would leave a bucket at the bottom to like
Throw
dump
water out.
Okay.
down there.
Yeah.
But me and three of my buddies took this canoe and drug it up onto the slide and latched it onto the top, and then we all got in it
nice.
and cut the road
down into the pond.
down into the pond.
dude. Did
And
it just nosedive
immediately
into the
sunk
mud?
the canoe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah. Just the whole how many times just coming back in the house, the laceration or. Freddie got knocked out. His eyes were rolling back in his head. That's awesome.
This one time, I was told that I couldn't go swimming in the pond without anybody with me. I think I was like 12. And it was summertime, and I was like, screw this. So I put on my bathing suit, I grabbed a towel, and I was going to sneak around the house and like take off into the field and go swimming anyways. I get around the corner of the house, and a bell hornet smacks me in the side of the head and stings me in my ear.
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It was just like God being like, nope, not today.
That's got to be horrendous.
Then you had to explain what you're doing outside.
Yeah, in a bathing suit.
Yeah. That's hilarious. All right, so where are we at now?
Yeah, dude, I've been looking forward to this one.
Oh yeah,
Chet Faker.
Oh, is it Chet Faker?
Yeah.
So this is like my Charlottesville experience. These next few songs.
So this is when did you move to Charlottesville?
Mid-20s, early to mid, like 23.
So this is after you broke up with.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was dating some girl that I met at Longwood when I was bartending in Farmville. And I was working for Ruby Tuesday at the time, which I worked for them for most of my 20s, on and off.
How was your flare situation? How was your flare situation? Did you not have to wear flare?
We didn't, we were past the flare thing at that point, yeah.
Yeah, by that point it was like a joke.
Because I was at the end of it. I was working Ruby Tuesdays in like 2001, 2002. We still had all the big pins and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they had gotten rid of that stuff. They'd gone like the casual, fast dining experience by that point. And like it was all black. But yeah, I worked as a cook there for a while, and then I waited tables for a little bit and then bartended, and then like shift manager. And then as I was going into management, they transferred me out to Charlottesville and Richmond. They kind of bounced me around as an assistant GM. But
They told you you'd be better as a solo.
apparently, yeah. So, but no, I ended up in the Charlottesville location in Barracks Road, and I worked there until they closed that location. But yeah, this is my Charlottesville, like mid-20s, doing bar scenes, dating around, and like I remember my first apartment there was in Barracks West. I don't know if you're familiar with
Barracks West, like out behind everything.
Yeah.
Like going towards Georgetown.
Yeah, and so like my shitty futon, and I rented a townhouse and like ended up finding like a roommate on Craigslist or Facebook or something. That ended up being awful. But I just slept on my futon in the living room a lot with my little 40-inch TV, and I would just let YouTube play music.
Dude, early 20s bachelor apartments are so shitty, but it's such a good time.
Oh, it was
Best
awesome.
time.
Yeah.
Best time. Yeah, I had
a 13-inch like CRT, like
Nice.
little tiny one with a built-in it was a VHS or maybe DVD at that point, but that's like on a Walmart stand.
Yeah.
And the same thing with a futon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just no art on the walls.
Yeah.
No food in the fridge.
No,
Yeah.
just beer.
Yeah, I had like a studio apartment in North Bronx, just a bed, a futon, and like a record player, and that was it. That was it.
My studio apartment in Farmville before I moved was super cool. It was just 3 rooms, bathroom, kitchen, living room, that I had a pull-out couch, and like the ceilings were like 12 feet.
Oh, nice.
And it was just a cool space. Like I just made it my own. And it was a half a block away from the bar that I worked at. So just
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know there were bars in Farmville. I was thinking of furniture and like the military academy.
Yep, and Longwood. But
Is that like a country club?
Longwood's it's a university.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so it was 202 was the bar, and it was right across the street from campus. So like every Thursday night, it was just a shit show.
Yes.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You worked across from a campus and lived across from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I know what's getting down. I pick up what you're laying down, bro. All right, so what song is this?
It was a good time. It was fun. So this song is "Talk Is Cheap" by Chet Faker.
Yeah, Chet Faker's.
I heard of Chet Faker.
Chet Faker, yeah, like he's awesome. I just don't think he ever got enough airplay.
No,
I mean there was a time like, and I know him from living in Charlottesville. Like they played on the corner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are they from Charlottesville?
No,
this guy's from Scotland or something like that.
And he based his name off Chet Baker.
Yeah. Because I'm a huge Chet Baker fan. I love Chet Baker. All right, let's do it. Yeah. Let's check it out.
Talk's cheap.
Talk is cheap.
All right, Chet Faker. That was good. That's not what I thought it was. For some reason, I thought it was something else, but Yeah, that was awesome. I think I definitely heard the No Diggity
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
For sure.
You gotta watch the video for Gold.
You have
Gold.
to.
Yeah. I hear it's
Probably one of the
Correct.
best videos ever.
Yeah,
all right.
it's
I'll have to
fantastic.
check it out. All right, cool, man. So where are we at now? So now, so right now you're in Charlottesville,
Working for the Tuesday.
working for the Twos.
Yep.
How was that? Like, did you have like regulars, especially bartending is what I'm curious about because I bartended for a long time. So like who goes to the bar at Ruby Tuesdays and like sits down? Is it regulars? Like, is it just?
Well, where I was in Farmville, it was mostly just regulars.
Yeah.
Or like, college kid parents that would come through.
Yeah.
In Charlottesville, we definitely had our regulars, like our normal drunks that like to hang out.
Like they'd be like, I'm going to Ruby Tuesdays to get drunk.
Yeah.
I always wanted to do that.
Dude,
I've
it was
never
the thing.
done that.
I mean, that was my first restaurant gig ever was Ruby Tuesdays.
yeah.
And I think it was probably one of the wildest after work party crews
Really?
I ever worked with in restaurants. And some of the regulars
yeah.
there were regulars that got
They would get
shit.
tanked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At
man.
Ruby Tuesdays, you got the families eating the salad bar, and these dudes are done.
Yeah, I've had to call the cops and like kick people out of Ruby Tuesday more than I ever did at like Citizen Burger or 202.
Right.
Yeah. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's definitely weird. Like, what's the music like? Do you choose the music or is
I
it
know
like?
it's the corporate set
Yeah.
playlist. It's just the same song over and over again.
I've
What was
always had like a dream, not a dream, but I've always just wanted like, I want to go to Applebee's and sit at the bar and get wasted and just turn into a monster just once in my life.
Dude, my GM was in a halfway house, and so was our dishwasher.
Really?
So like they both had to
Yeah.
be picked up and taken home.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's cool. All right. So
We should do a commercial.
Yeah, for Ruby Tuesday. They're still around.
this week's episode brought to you
They're
by,
not all closed.
They just tore down the one in Waynesboro.
Did they?
Yeah.
there was one in Waynesboro?
It was right
Yeah,
there
it's
on 250.
Little interstate
Oh,
location.
by
that's
Walmart.
right, That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah. The one in Lexington is still there.
Yeah. I must have been to a Ruby Tuesday at some point, but I don't remember.
I guarantee you probably have.
Yeah. All right. Enough about Ruby Tuesday.
Yeah.
What are you up to?
So, yeah, I'm hanging out in Charlottesville. The girl that I was dating when I moved to Charlottesville, I guess we'll just skip past. We broke up. I'm there for a while, living in different apartments. I ended up dating this girl, Caitlin, who I'm still friends with. She's super cool. And, just drinking after work all the time, still living the restaurant life. Spent way too much money at Maya. Have you ever been to Maya?
Oh, yeah.
In Charlottesville?
Yeah. I used to live at 10th and Page, so we would go there on the weekends for their brunch.
Oh, yeah.
The brunch was super awesome.
I guarantee you the friend group that I was with paid Ted's mortgage for a long
Dude,
time.
Ted was like the best bar. He's
He's
the best bar.
He is the best
Yeah.
bartender. I need to go visit him soon. I want to make him a cocktail spoon and bring it up to him.
Yeah.
What's this Maya? Is it a restaurant or a bar or club?
Restaurant.
Restaurant bar, yeah.
That's
But it's
cool.
like southern food. They've got a nice like outside area.
Yeah.
So you go for brunch. You got like Bloody Marys and like
Yeah.
chicken fried steak and
That sounds awesome.
It's all
bunch of
really
goodness.
good southern, like hearty food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was this Ted like? I'm interested.
he's still there, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna be there forever.
He's like the OG bartender in Charlottesville,
Yeah.
at least for like our generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got this like long blonde ponytail.
It's
And
not
he's just,
blonde
like-
anymore.
No,
It's gray.
Gray. All right. And he just super
Sorry, Ted,
friendly.
sorry.
Talks to like everyone.
Yeah.
Very charismatic.
Yeah.
Yeah. You dig him.
That's what I
Yeah.
like in a
Yeah.
bartender.
Very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was our late night place. They would always stay up until like 2 for all the restaurant folks. So that was our spot.
What else does Christian own? He's got a couple restaurants, I think.
I am not sure anymore.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Anyways.
because Christian had some other stuff, and I think Peter is just Maya. I don't think he
Okay.
has anything else.
Okay.
I could be mistaken. But.
Or Zocalo.
I have no idea.
I think it was Zocalo.
Yep.
Yeah, Zocalo. Yeah. All right. Charlottesville restaurant history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what song is next? And like,
Next is The Dead Dog by Portugal the Man.
all right.
And they came to Charlottesville, and I remember that concert.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a good time.
How'd you get into Portugal the Man?
Well, I'd known about them like a little bit after high school, and they weren't quite as big yet, but they kind of like had another album drop, and they got pretty big. And yeah, all of my music from that time was kind of like just late night YouTube, you know, girls over, I need some background music.
Right.
And
that's
just
how you
letting
found stuff.
YouTube do its thing. Yeah.
Right.
So.
All right. Yeah, now I'll find stuff on YouTube, but I didn't really ever do that until fairly recently.
Yeah. Like my music on YouTube used to be pretty awesome. Now I use it to like watch like Ancient Aliens and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, it used to be pretty spot on. Good music would come through the algorithm. So
Yeah, dude, for some reason, always in the sidebar was Summertime by Mongo Jerry. For me, like no matter what I was listening to, Summertime by Mongo Jerry was in the sidebar. And I love that song. I love Mongo Jerry. But yeah.
But every time?
Yeah. It was like, what, this song again? It always comes up. Anyway, Portugal the Man.
The Dead Dog, let's get it.
Yep.
All right, Portugal the Man.
Yeah, that was excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I never heard that before. I mean, I've heard of them. I've heard their music before, but that song I don't think I've heard before. It was good. Yeah, and you said you saw them before, right? You saw them.
Yep. I saw them at the Pavilion on the downtown mall in
How was that
Charlottesville.
show?
It was a great show. Like I don't think I've ever been to a show there that wasn't good.
Did they headline that show, or did they open for somebody?
I think they headlined that show. I forgot who the opener was, but yeah, it was definitely them headlining.
We're pretty lucky in Charlottesville.
Yeah.
I mean-
I saw Shaky Graves there. That's awesome. If you haven't heard of Shaky Graves, they didn't make it on the playlist, but he's a cool artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just bought tickets this morning for Nathaniel Ratliff. He's playing in September.
Nice.
The Pavilion has
And
has
the
good ones.
and the Night Sweats. Yeah.
All right, that's cool. All right, so what are we up to now?
Still Charlottesville. I guess we'll just move ahead. And eventually me and Caitlin broke up.
Is that a rough one, or?
Yeah, it was kind of rough. I kind of just left. Yeah, I was like, there were some like internal personal issues between us, and I was just like sick of like the restaurant life and drinking all the time, which didn't really change for a few years. But yeah, so we broke up, and then I ended up re-meeting a girl that I knew from my childhood, and we ended up like shotgun wedding. Huge mistake. That's for the next song. But
Well, I mean, we're at the next, or the one after.
the one
this.
after
Oh,
this,
okay.
that one after this one. But so the next song is Jackie and Wilson by Hosier, and it was like on the cusp of like the breakup and everything. Like I still kind of like think about her when I hear that song. Like that was part
Was
of
that
my
about
life.
the time this album came out? 'Cause
Yeah.
when this album came out, it was just like
Yeah, it blew
everywhere.
up. Yeah. So yeah, it was around that time.
All right.
Oh, we got a train.
Train. Nice. I was hoping I'd get one.
Yeah, we rarely get it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's play the song then.
Jump into it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
go.
Jackie and Wilson, Hosier.
That's wild.
All right, Hosier.
Yeah.
Hosier, yeah.
That was good. Yeah, I was just.
Yeah, that's a fun tune.
Yeah, I was commenting over the break. Like this whole genre of music, I don't really know much of. This is a very Charlottesville centric style. Like you would never hear that. You would never hear this.
Nick, yeah, because like that's what we heard living
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because like even in like growing up in Virginia Beach, we were like Charlottesville. That's all fucking mountain hippie bullshit. You know what I mean? But I like it. You know what I mean? Like, but like back then, because it's just a different vibe. You know?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
like,
yeah.
And like you were saying, the radio stations out here kind of like help shape the culture, and that makes sense.
In a lot of ways, for me, at least moving up here,
Yeah.
I moved into Charlottesville, so the radio station was like, "Oh, this is the vibe of Charlottesville."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. I like it. like I had very little exposure to this type of stuff. Like I don't even know what you call it. This style. It's kind of country. It's kind of like, I don't know.
It's just good tunes.
Good tunes, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that's
like I've kind of
That's the genre.
yeah. I've kind of gotten over trying to fit music into genres these days. Like it's just it's become so I don't know, like saturated with stuff. Like
I mean now just because Spotify and whatever, you get all of it. So you're not just like going to a record store. I'd go to the genre. Now it's just like I go all. I'm in there all day because I'm looking through everything.
Yeah, because I'll find things on Spotify. It's new. Check out the artist, and it'll be like genre-defying artist.
Yeah,
they're
okay, great, thanks. That's,
yeah, that was good though. Yeah. All right. So what's up next? Where you at in life? So
it's the end of the shotgun wedding coming up.
Yeah. I mean, I guess let's just get this part over with. So yeah, I ended up reconnecting with. What's her name? She was a Yogavillian. I don't know if you're familiar. Yeah. You know her?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ex-wife. Yeah.
And her sister.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
She's modeled for Kasha before. We should probably edit her name out.
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
Yeah. And what was her sister's name?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Tell us about what is Yogaville. I've only recently heard about it.
So,
without
I don't know. I don't think I have any good things to say about it.
But it's like a whole town, right?
Yeah, it's a town. Yeah.
And people do yoga.
I think it's technically a township. Yeah, I think they have a township, and
I looked into.
So it's like this yoga retreat place, and they have. I mean, it's super cool. If you're ever out that direction, definitely go check it out. Like the Lotus Temple is awesome.
Yeah.
Lotus Temple is awesome. They've got a bunch of shrines. It's all very Hindu.
What was the dude's name? Who's the guy?
The head Swami?
Yeah.
I don't remember his name.
He built it all?
Yeah. Back in the 70s.
Guru, right?
Something like that.
The guru is guru whatever.
Yeah.
Is he from India or is it?
Yeah, he was from India.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you know when it started? Is it did it start in the 60s?
It was the 70s, I believe. Huh. Yeah.
What was the heavy metal band that came out of there?
Oh shit.
You'd probably like
Bella Morte.
Yeah, Bella Morte.
Bella Morte.
It's like a local heavy metal, goth metal. They came out of there.
Yep.
I'll check it out. That's interesting. Yeah. I want to go there and see what's going on.
Because I've seen a lot of people that have come from there, but I've never been there.
Yeah. All right. How'd you guys meet?
So my older sister dated her older brother in high school, and we hung out a little bit back in the day, and then I bumped into her in Charlottesville, and we just hit it off and had a good time together. And so yeah, shotgun wedding, got hitched really quick, and just turmoil.
Yeah. I mean, how long were you all dating before you got married?
Maybe 2 or 3 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that, whose idea was that?
I think it was mutual. I think she asked me, and then I was like, oh yeah,
let's do it.
I'm 27. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 26 or however old I was. And
how many years ago was this?
It's 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, you guys were married when she was modeling some stuff.
Yeah.
She's on Kasha's website.
Yeah. I remember driving her out to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I was out here in the Crozet area, wasn't it?
I think it was at the farm.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
That's really wild. And you're just realizing now
Yeah, just now.
That's wild. Yeah, I've always had a fantasy of meeting a girl and just having a great weekend or just get married.
How quick was your first?
Not long, maybe about a year.
Okay.
Yeah. But that wasn't it wasn't turmoil or anything like that. Was amicable split up. she was a cool person. But just too young. It was rash decisions.
Yeah, and she was way younger than me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, she was like 6 years younger than me.
Yeah. So, was she still living in Yogaville when you met her? Like,
Oh, no, she was living in Charlottesville.
okay. So you never lived out there?
With the lead singer of Bella Morte.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They were dating, and I guess I stole her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
We got
The
some Morte
drama.
brothers showing up here.
Yeah.
Seriously.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, it started out super fun.
Yeah.
And we were both from the same area, kind of. We both grew up in Buckingham.
Yeah. And especially I can see like the whole like, oh, I knew you a long time ago. This is fate. That we're like ran
like
into
that,
each other. Like that
yeah,
sort
that
of thing,
kind of thing.
definitely.
Yeah,
Especially
it's snowballed.
yeah. And like were you still partying a lot back then?
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
like she was. Well, I was working for Citizen Burger at the time, and she was over at the Bebedero.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yep, and just and she was drinking like hard, and so I was keeping up with her, and it was just like the snowball effect. It got worse and worse, and our wedding, our marriage lasted a year. My father committed suicide in May of 2018. She left me a month later.
Oh.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Yeah, so it was like super
Wow.
Dude, that's
super rough time.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's tough.
And yeah, she couldn't handle me because I was super messed up.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that all ended, and I paid off the lease for the apartment, and I moved away from Charlottesville.
Yeah.
Is that when you moved to this side of the mountain?
So when I moved to Lovingston,
Okay.
I bought myself a little house in Lovingston.
How was it living in Lovingston?
It was a blast, man.
Did you live downtown proper?
Yeah.
Like was that Rapunzel?
Rapunzel was in my backyard.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Tell me about this Lovingston place.
Lovingston Cafe.
The Lovingston Cafe.
Yeah, dude, that place is legit.
Woodridge Farm Brewery, like right down the road.
Yeah. Oh, what's his name? He's always barefoot.
Oh shit, what is his name?
It's on the
Because
tip
I
of my
dated a
tongue.
girl. I dated a girl that worked there too.
Yeah. That place is awesome.
But their beer, they're talking about heavy beers, man. They are deceiving.
Dude, this place is like middle of the mountains, but it's on the top of this like knoll, and it's all cleared, and he's just got like banana trees and palm trees, and it's like a tiki bar, and it's all he built it all himself. Barry,
That's his
Yeah.
name.
I think Slayer told me about this place.
super cool.
Yeah.
And you just got 360-degree views of the Blue Ridge Mountains.
And is this north of here? Or south? South of here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. So
if you-
Lovingston's the town? Or Rapunzel? What?
Lovingston's a town.
What was it?
Rapunzel's is like a little music venue,
Okay.
Yeah, it's
cafe.
library. Like there's just like a ton of books in there, and you can just like rent them out.
Yeah, the
That's
Livingston Cafe is like the one diner in town.
And it's not the Livingston Cafe anymore.
No. It's been a while since I've been down there.
Yeah.
I have to check this out. How far from
They
here?
are putting in like apparently a little microbrewery in Livingston now too, though.
Okay.
Right, you know where that mercantile shop used to be, like down the like right down from the post office.
I never really ventured too much left unless it was for the cafe or Rapunzel. So like
Gotcha.
that's just right there off the highway. I never went
Yeah.
further down.
Okay.
And then just like the McDonald's and the food line.
Yeah. So yeah, they're putting in a little microbrewery there.
Okay.
I might go check it out.
So when I lived in Esmont, you could go down to Livingston pretty quick. It's all like Southern Albemarle. That's still
Yeah.
Albemarle, right?
That's Nelson
Yeah,
County.
that's Nelson. Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Today's episode brought to you by Lovingston, Virginia.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a rad place,
Go check it out.
check out Lovingston.
Heart of Nelson County.
Heart of
The
Nelson.
heart of Nelson County. All right. So this song is this a breakup song? Is this like what
So,
got you through it? Like what's
This
the deal
song is off of Bob Dylan's Another Self-Portrait, which my dad gave me this album for Christmas one year.
Okay.
And it is just like me and dad like bonded a lot over music. Because prior to him committing suicide, he went through some really hard drinking and like threats of suicide. So I would like leave
Oh,
at the drop of a hat to like go like check on him and hang out with him back in Prince Edward. So we spent a lot of time together, and I got to know him a lot more, kind of through his struggles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this song is just like quintessential Bob Dylan. It's almost a parody of Bob Dylan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's so good. It's no dubbed, super clean version that was never released until this album of.
Yeah, because I don't know this one, at least by the title.
It's super folky Bob Dylan.
And what's the name of it again?
The name is Tattle O'Day.
Tattle O'Day.
Off Bob Dylan's album, Another Self-Portrait.
All right, let's do it.
That's it.
All right,
Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan.
Bobby D.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good tune. I don't think I've heard that song though before.
Probably not. I mean, I think it's only ever been released on that album. Like, it's not something that he ever really did.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. So this is after your father passing and break up,
Yeah. Yeah. Divorce.
and you bought a house down in apparently the best town on the planet, which I have to check out.
Yeah. Down in Little Livingston, right on Court Street.
What were you doing in Livingston for work?
I was working construction at this point.
Okay.
I had kind of gone back to doing the construction thing. I was working for a company based out of Charlottesville. And just traveling a lot for it. He was kind of building houses all over the place. So,
But this whole Livingston move was like, I'm done with the party and I'm done. Like that.
I'm done with Charlottesville.
That was like a shock, right?
Yeah, like I'm out.
Solo time. I mean, if you want to like clear your head,
That's the spot to be.
that's like I went to Esmont.
Yeah.
You know, there's more going on in Livingston, but just that part of the world,
Right.
where you can just zero out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's super.
You don't know anybody.
Yeah, super cute town. I was closer to my folks. I was closer to the river, which was when I got back into like doing a lot of canoeing and fishing and stuff. And just a cute little town. All my neighbors were like 70-year-old women
Yeah,
who
that's
were
awesome.
just like, bring me cookies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, you're
nice,
like helping them around the house or like, fix stuff.
like cutting
or whatever.
grass and stuff.
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
The houses are cute.
yeah. And just like they're excited that, there's like this, 20-something-year-old single dude cutting their grass with a shirt off,
27.
Yeah.
Seems a little depressed.
Yeah,
That's what they're looking for.
yeah,
though.
just
Let me
this-
make him some cookies.
Yeah, just this sad 27-year-old guy who drinks too much. And
Yeah. So, but I mean, that's good that you got to get away though. Like if you had to like sit in that, like I've been through those and where you're just like stuck in the place and then you just wallow in it. Man.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
So like, I started dating again, and that was a mistake at first. So I had to like take a step back.
Too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was just hanging out in Livingston,
Doing construction.
construction.
What kind of construction were you doing? You were building houses?
Yeah, custom houses, custom homes, framing.
Right.
Who are you working for?
J.E. Jameson and Sons. It's Troy Wade, if you know him.
Cool guy.
Oh, super cool dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. We used to make fun of him a lot.
Yeah.
He's a super cool guy, but we called him Baby Gap.
That's so ridiculous.
It started off behind his back, and then I just started calling him Baby Gap one day.
Was it from his clothes?
Yes. So like super cool dude. Like I don't want to talk any trash about Troy.
I mean, it's just
He's
funny.
super cool. But like he would wear like these polos that were a little too small and like,
Yeah, like
like
little
pop
under-
the collar
yeah, the little
like an
underbelly thing. Yeah.
Oh man. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Cargo shorts.
Yeah.
I have a picture. I know.
Yeah.
I could draw a picture of this dude right
Yeah.
now. That's awesome. But I'm sure he's a rad dude.
He's a
so,
super rad dude. Yeah. He's definitely a fun dude to hang out with.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, and this is actually when I got into blacksmithing too, because I was like, I need a hobby, need something to do.
That's a good one at that phase in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like, I guess this is like 4 or 5 years ago I got into blacksmithing, and just like tinkering in my little 8x12 aluminum cancer can in my backyard.
It's
And,
hot.
Yeah.
Full of dust.
Yeah. So I built my first forge out of a 1940s bulldozer fuel tank that I cut in half and welded legs onto, and then dropped a fire bowl in and got an electric blower.
Yeah.
How'd you learn how to do that?
YouTube University,
YouTube,
man. Yeah.
Dude, that's...
Yeah. It's crazy if you just got the time and you can learn just about anything at this point.
YouTube, Google, trial and error,
Yeah.
and determination.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
You just got, it's just
Yeah.
determination. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Just being able to deal with the failures and
Yeah.
learn and move on. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what song we got?
What is next?
Decemberist.
The Mariner's Revenge song. This is a fun song by the Decemberists.
All right.
Yeah, this is what I was listening to while I was, working on myself and
Yeah.
learning new hobbies. So,
All right. Let's do it. Mariner's Revenge song. I like it.
by the Decemberists.
All right, Decemberist.
That was
Decemberists.
awesome.
Yeah.
Mariner's Revenge song.
Yeah, I've heard some Decemberists before. That was cool. I really like it. I like that weird like vibrato in his voice sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't even know how it does it. It's like back
unique.
of the throat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I think it's almost like in the diaphragm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like his voice is like breaking
Almost,
or
yeah,
cracking,
yeah,
but
exactly.
it's like purpose and it's impressive.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
The Decemberists, a lot of good stuff there. And Colin Malloy has his kind of own solo stuff, which is all worth listening to.
Yeah, I'll check it out for sure. All right, so now you're in Livingston.
Yeah.
You're started your blacksmith journey,
Yep. Yeah.
getting your shit together.
Yeah. Well,
Well, it's a slow start. It takes a while to do it. You don't just have your shit together.
Yeah.
It takes a while, but
Yeah.
you made steps to get your shit
Yes,
together. And
yeah.
like,
Dude, the journey's the best part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking back,
Definitely.
that's just like that shit time
Yeah.
on the bottom.
My mom is thrilled for me at this point. She's
Yeah.
like, okay, he's like got a house.
yeah,
He's like making semi solid decisions.
Yeah.
And so
that's wild. Like, just the thought of like buying a house now just seems so you worked at Ruby Tuesdays and you bought a house. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, of course,
it
but
was,
like,
it was nuts. And
even like 5 years ago, that was doable.
Yeah.
And now it's not.
yeah. And I got in touch with the realtor and like she showed me all these houses and I hated the house when I first saw it. It was
What kind
awful.
of house was it?
It was like it was built in '53, so like a mid-century modern like nuclear family home. Like it was 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, a living room, and a dining room.
Like one floor?
One
like a
floor.
ranch?
Yeah, like the house, kind of like the house I have me and Jenny live in now. And
I haven't been in your house, but that's like what I want, what you guys have.
But I ended up falling in love with the house. Like I just needed to go in and like rip out all the carpet and put down hardwood floors.
Yeah.
And I did all that with me and some help from my buddy Jeff. But yeah, it ended up being really cool. It was like Durarock on the outside, like bungalow style house.
Yeah.
With the original like 1950s windows that like cranked out.
Oh yeah.
And
I
like
love
single
that.
pane and copper or something framing. I ended up really falling in love with the house. Really old growth in the front of it, like huge hedge rows in front of the house, like as tall as the eaves of the house. It was just, I ended up really enjoying my time there.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I dated a girl there for a while.
Was she from?
She was from Amherst.
Okay.
And
How'd you guys meet? Yeah, like how? I lived in the city for so long.
Yeah.
I don't know, like how do people meet out here?
I met this girl at Woodridge Farm Brewery.
Okay.
She was one of the bartenders.
Okay.
And we just kind of hit it off. She was like cute, and I was sad, and
Yeah. Dude, bartenders love a sad boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was quick, so I just
Yeah. It's hard.
got to hitting it off. I asked her out on a date, and
Yeah.
yeah.
It's hard, like, making that step of, like, flirting with, like, everybody, because everyone flirts with the hot bartender. Like, I was always kind of good at that, of, like, flirting by not flirting.
Yeah.
Kind of Bruce Lee 'em,
Yep.
you know, Enter the Dragon,
It works.
literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
So, so anyway, where you at?
Yeah, so I dated her for a while, and like she was part of like me getting back into like floating the river. And like I bought a canoe. Like her and her mom were like super into floating the river, and they're part of like the Bateau crew that do the Bateau Festival every year, where they take
In Scottsville?
No idea what that is.
Yeah, well, they run from Lynchburg to Remo Bluff, I think.
Yeah.
Explain the Bateau.
So
for the people
Bateaus,
out there.
Bateaus were boats,
Like wooden barges.
wooden
river barges, basically.
yeah, that they would use on the river to transport goods before like the railroad. So like a lot of tobacco and cotton and like the goods that were in, you know, high commodity back then, they would use those.
I wonder why it was called a bateau. Is it like flat? Like a?
Yeah, it's a flat bottomed wooden boat, and
Is it different than a barge? Like if you were to look at one, you're like, that's a bateau, that's a barge.
I mean, it's wood.
it's wood. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all made out of wood. This is all happening like before the railroad. It's like
Yeah.
early 1800s.
Imagine like a big dugout wooden boat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Almost. Like has that sort of vibe to it, just like a rectangular wooden vessel that you can just put a bunch of grain and tobacco in.
Yeah,
Huh.
and
I
then
don't
they
know
would
how
just
I've never heard of
And
this.
they're just like doing the sticks.
they're just doing
Yeah.
they're using sticks.
Yeah.
Like I know that, but I thought they were just called barges or something. Or like that's
Bateaus, it's French, I suppose. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
And so they have like a bateau festival,
yeah,
and what you make your own.
So yeah, a lot of these guys have built their own, and
And the history of them.
it's cool. The history of them is like really neat, and they sink them every year.
Interesting.
So there's some lake that's state owned. I'm not sure where it is, but they sink them. So all the wood swells and seals up, and then so every year before the festival they have this party where they dredge them out and then clean them up.
Yeah, that part I
before the
didn't know.
festival. Yeah.
Yeah, explain to the people why swelled wood.
Well, you want it to be watertight, otherwise you're going to sink. And so the train.
So then they use they reuse that wood.
Yeah, they reuse the same boats year after year. Yeah.
That's cool.
Can you guys at home hear that train going by?
They can definitely hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, our podcast studio is in a train yard
Yeah.
for some reason. I don't know whose decision that was.
And this is the reason that we don't have bateaus anymore. The train.
The old trains.
Oh, dude, it was meant to be
Yeah.
that conversation.
Yeah.
The train's out here taking another one from the bateau guys.
Poor Bateau, dude.
Big train. Big train.
So yeah, but some of those boats are like 20, 25 years old. I don't know if they're any 25-year-old ones, but they use them
And
year
so they
after
pull them
year.
up and then redo it.
Yeah.
If you go down to
That's
Scottsville,
wild.
they've got some like old ones and like the plaques with like the history of the Bateaus, and it's a big deal.
Yes, the
wild.
James River State Park also has a bateau that they have it up like on land at the visitor center, but like you can like learn a lot of the history there. There's a company now, James River Tours, that does bateau tours out of
Like the river rafter guys?
Yeah.
Oh, the ones in Scottsville or the one over in...
The company's based out of Scottsville.
Yeah.
But they do bateau tours, so you can like go have dinner on this bateau and like float.
The first shop I thought about buying was down there, like just on the other side of the levee. It's like an old service station, like on the left, kind of like where you would pull in to go to those guys.
Yeah.
And like there's a cool old like white service station that was for sale when I was living down in Esmont, and I was like, that's where Blanc's gonna be. But then I was like, you're on a.
You want to drive down 20 every day, man?
I used to drive down 20.
hate
Slow
20.
and easy down 20. One eye half the time, Slow and easy down 20.
Yeah.
But going further down 20, you're on a deserted island down in Scottsville.
Yeah. Yeah.
To get to Lowe's, you're an hour away.
Yeah. Yep.
That's cool.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so tell me more.
We got on a bateau tangent
Yeah,
for
no,
a
but
second.
I can't even remember how we got on bateaus.
Because I was talking about she was super into
that's
like
right.
canoeing and kayaking, and she was friends with the bateau group, and so I still go float the Bathtub Festival almost every year. I try to catch them one day during the week.
because you're a big river man.
Yeah, I love it. That's where I go, and
Yeah, you're out there all the time.
yeah, it's
Little river rat.
yeah. That's my stepdad called me a river rat the other day. He asked me to find him a canoe. He's like, I'm only going to use it 2 or 3 times a year. I'm not going to be a river rat like you. And I was like, okay. I was like, wow.
Yeah, that could be a compliment or
It was a compliment.
yeah. But still.
So yeah, that helped me. It's very therapeutic to be out.
Yeah.
Just especially like I try to do it on weekdays, because there's nobody else out there to ruin your time.
Yeah.
It's like anything in nature, the less people, the better.
For sure. And are you, when you're out there, usually, are you just floating? Are you fishing or like?
I've recently gotten back into fishing a lot. My neighbor Sean, we are like kind of like a fishing team with a few other buddies. But when I go by myself, it's almost just nice to sometimes I just get out of the boat and float next to the boat.
Really?
Just like, I just want to be in nature and no distractions.
Yeah.
So
Watch out for them snapping turtles, man. They'll get you.
yeah, I've never been bitten by one, but they're in there. You got to watch out.
Yeah. I had a neighbor when I lived in Norfolk. His name was Rennie, and he was like a French Canadian dude. And he would catch all these snapping turtles out of the creek and make snapping turtle soup. And it was so good.
Yeah, my grandpa used to make turtle soup.
So like, I was like, I'm not eating that. And he was like, come on,
It's
man.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super good.
The old heads, I learned a trick. You want to trap them and then keep them in a freshwater tank for a few days.
Oh, get all the goop out of them.
Yeah. My grandpa would do milk jugs with the fishing line and a hook from the bait.
Oh yeah.
And then throw those out because he had a fish pond.
Drift and jug line.
Yeah, so he had a fish pond, so the turtles would get in and eat his fish. So he'd put those out. And
So how does this work? Explain.
Just take a milk jug, put a cap on it, so it's just like a buoy, basically. Tie a string to the handle, hook, whatever food on the bottom, rotten meat, whatever, throw it out. The turtles go and get it, and then they're floating on that buoy, basically.
They're like pulling on it and you just pull them in.
Yeah.
It's like a little bobber.
Yeah.
My grandfather had catfish ponds, and he had a line that was on poles on either side.
Like a trot line?
Sink the line down, and he'd pull it up, and all the turtles would be hanging there, and then he'd just shoot them. It was It was rough. It was very traumatic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Segue to the next band.
Yeah,
Actually, it's like not bad.
Yeah.
Speaking of turtles, who do we got now?
Yeah, so next song is Kelly's Bar by Trampled by Turtles. So I'm like kind of like enjoying the country lifestyle, getting back to my like roots.
Yeah, you're back on the water.
Yeah, so this is a little bit of bluegrass.
And that bluegrass
modern
revival was like really going down a few years ago.
Yeah, they're still huge.
Trampled by Turtles, they're great.
They're like huge.
I really enjoy them.
Yeah.
They have a cover of Girlfriend's Better that's just like awesome. I love that song from Talking Heads and their version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had trouble deciding on what song to play for this, but I've been into Kelly's Bar as a song lately, so I was like, I'm just going to throw it on here. Yeah.
All right. Trampled by Turtles. Let's do it.
All right.
All right. I like turtles.
Right. Kelly's Bar, Trampled by Turtles.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great song.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a great band, man. I've listened to them a bunch. And but only since I moved here.
Yeah.
It's not something I would have listened to in New York.
Yeah,
Not in New York.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like there's like a country underground in New York.
There is. Because also, like, there's like a whole scene of like where like country dudes that moved to New York at some point, and also like frat boys and stuff like that. So like you go to see Drive-By Truckers in New York, I'm probably gonna get into a fight.
Yeah.
Because it's just like
I think I probably would too.
weird frat bros mixed with like my friends that do not mix in that thing. But like, because like I love Drive-By Truckers, but like that's like or like Steve Earle or something like that. It's like this weird mix of like, you're like, where did these dudes come from? You know, like, but yeah, it's good stuff. All right, so what's going on now? So
yeah, me and that girl broke up. And I'm just kind of like still dating around, like doing the bachelor thing.
Yeah.
And then I'm on, the apps, the dating apps, and I met my wife, Jenny.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because I'm just a little too old. I missed the dating app scene, so I never did that. But
Yeah.
like, when did you start that? Like, how did that go for you? Like, did these other girls were the ones you met on apps or?
No, I met Jamie, just like the girl from that Woodridge Farm Brewery. I met her just there. Like that's how we met.
Have any of your girlfriends like before dating Jenny and?
I dated one girl in Charlottesville who was a respiratory therapist for like babies.
Okay.
I met her on the apps.
Okay.
And we didn't date long, but she was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the one that was like, I shouldn't be out here dating right now.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole app thing, like I'm glad I missed it, but also like just the way my life worked, I didn't really need it, but also like it would have been weird for someone my age, really. I guess, at the time, like now, like God forbid me and Sheila or something happens, like I guess I'd do an app. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd probably just live alone in the woods with a dog.
Yeah, and that sounds awesome. Like, if this doesn't work out with me and Jenny, I don't see that happening.
No, me either, but like,
absolutely, I'm going to the woods. I'm going to put my anvil on my back and go.
The thought of like figuring out another woman's like gives me like agita just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It's funny, like when, like so many times in my life, and I'm sure it's the same with you guys, like you're like, oh, this is the one.
Well, there's one and there's the one for the moment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you think like, oh no, this is going to work. But then when you meet like the real one, it's like, oh, what was I thinking before?
Yeah, what was all that other stuff? Yeah.
Like it's totally different. Like the way I feel about Sheila.
Oh yeah.
Everyone else. Like it's not even close.
Yeah, it doesn't compare. It's not even in the same category.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. But anyway. All right. So what's going on?
So yeah, I met my wife Jenny on the apps. She actually did not like me on the apps, but I ended up liking her. Mm-hmm. And it matched. Like she had 2 kids previously, so she's like, this guy's not going to be into me if I've got like 2 kids or whatever. But we ended up matching anyways. Like, I think she like disliked me on one app, but I ended up liking her on Bumble, which is the one that like.
So you ran across her twice.
Yeah, but this is the one that like, Bumble's the one where the girls have to initiate it.
Right.
So.
Seems like relationships last longer from Bumble.
Yeah, Bumble and Hinge were like kind of like the same.
Did you have fishing pictures on your?
No,
because apparently every girl that I'm friends with is like these fucking guys and they're fishing pictures. Like apparently they do not want to see you holding a fish. That is like. No,
I did have a picture of me in my canoe. Like on the river, but like I didn't have a fishing pole, or I didn't have any fish with me.
Yeah, hot tip, fellas.
Yeah, hot tip. Like,
fishing or hunting pictures up.
Yeah,
I know you think that you're a provider and that they'll like that, but they don't.
Take it down.
Yeah.
So we went on a date, and
what'd you guys do?
We went. Our first date, we went to actually the River Burger Bar.
Oh, okay.
Before I was living over here and knew those guys.
Was she in the house that y'all are in now?
No, she was in a different house in Waynesboro.
Okay.
We hit it off. I gave her a kiss the first night, the first date. Yeah.
On the mouth or on the cheek?
On the mouth.
Nice.
Yeah. And I went for it.
That's ballsy.
Yeah.
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 And I mean, if it's going well, you can kind of smell
it. Yeah. And then our second date, we hiked Humpback. And I was, a bachelor, not, super wealthy. So like I had holes in my pants and she was like, do you need clothes? Like, why are there holes in your shorts? And I'm like,
This is my favorite pair.
I'm like, what is this girl's problem? I remember calling my mom.
These
I
are
was
my
like,
church pants.
I was like, I don't know if this is going to work out. She's like judging my pants and stuff. And so like I kind of like cold shouldered her for a little bit, and she was like,
over the pants.
Yeah, over the pant thing.
Man.
And then she
You're
was like,
sensitive about that pants.
yeah, I
comment.
was. Yeah. So, anyways, but so she reached out to me and was like, "Hey, you want to hang out or anything?"
Here's a new pair of shorts. You want to come over?
Yeah. So I just remember that vividly, and but yeah, we kept hanging out, and we ended up really hitting it off, and eventually she introduced me to Lily and Elijah, her kids.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just been an awesome, fun little roller coaster.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
She's rad. Your whole family's rad.
Oh,
man.
she's a badass,
Yeah,
man.
like,
She's super
I've only
cool.
hung out with her a couple times around here and stuff, but
Isn't there something happening next week? What's happening next week in your life?
Yeah, I'm gonna be officially a real dad, a biological father.
biological father. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Yep, Jenny. It hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
As
Yeah,
of now, she's
keep
not
your
calling.
phone.
She's
As
not
of-
calling.
yeah, as
But
of-
it's literally
as of
any
now.
day.
Any day now. Yeah, due date is Monday, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Finnegan.
Congratulations.
By the time this airs, you'll be a dad.
Yeah.
yeah, most likely.
Yeah. Because
Finnegan Roland Shelnut it will be coming into the world sometime next week.
That's
what's
awesome.
the name again?
Finnegan Roland Shellnut.
Call him Finn.
Call him Finn.
right.
Finny boy.
Yeah. Finny boy.
Yeah.
I like it.
So it's like Great Expectations, Finn? Or where did you get like Charles Dickens? And, like,
No, like actually we had a horse named Finnegan.
okay.
And I always
Got ourselves an Indiana Jones situation.
and
over
I
here.
always loved the name.
Yeah, Finn's a cool name.
Yeah.
It is awesome.
So I was like I've had that name picked out for like my firstborn son since I was
Okay.
like 15.
Yeah. One of my favorite wrestlers is a guy named Finn Balor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you're gonna be a dad soon.
I'm gonna be a dad
Pretty
soon.
badass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how long you and Jen been together for now?
So we dated for a year before I asked her to marry me.
Yeah, that's a long stretch for you.
Yeah, yeah. And it has been awesome. So
Yeah.
we will celebrate our second anniversary of being married this September.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
been, it feels like it's been a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got great family. Like I like, especially like getting to know you. I mean, we're friends. We talk.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you know, like this little box, man, is where you really get to know
The
everybody.
Blanc box. Yeah.
And like I know it sounds dumb, but I'm like proud of you of like, because I think you and I lived a similar life for a little bit of time, you
Yeah.
know, and like the way you got out of it, and it seems like you made a lot of correct steps to like
Yeah.
get from being a depressed boy
Yeah.
to like a
Well,
good
I
man.
had to. There was only
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's hard, you know, and like, but yeah, it's really cool to hear.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a journey for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what song we got now?
So the next song is I Don't Want to Hear It by J. Roddy Watson and The Business.
I don't know this at all.
You know J. Roddy Watson?
No.
It's,
Oh, you'll dig
it's
it.
Fun.
I know a
You'll-
band called The Business, but they're
You'll dig
they're
it.
two-piece.
Yeah. So this song, this is my kids' favorite song.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got some good energy.
Yeah. And what's it about? Like, I mean, like, what does it have to do with everything in your story here?
It's the kids dig it.
All right.
So I'm about to be a dad.
Yeah.
I mean, I am a dad now, but like
How did they hear this song?
through me, I
Yeah.
found it when I was working in my cancer can back in Livingston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
J. Roddy Watson in the business.
I dig it. Yeah, that was awesome, man.
Yeah.
That was good. I don't know how I never heard of it, because that is right up my alley. Like
Oh,
this
yeah,
other
yeah,
stuff is
totally.
like, I can see how I missed it because I wasn't around that style of music. But this seems like something I definitely would have run across.
It's because it didn't come out till late. It was like 2007
Yeah.
was first album. So
Yeah. By then,
you were like setting your ways and your what you know, like
Yeah.
musically, probably.
But even to 2007, I feel like I'm still hearing new stuff back then. But
Yeah, to
totally
me,
missed it.
2007 still seems like last year, but I guess
Oh,
it
yeah.
wasn't.
Yeah, I mean that was a long time ago.
Yeah, shit.
All right, so where we-
2007 was my junior year of high school.
What?
Yeah, I graduated in 2008.
Squeeze.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Yeah, I was ending my second 5-year relationship, 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So where are we at now? Yeah. What song are we on?
That was number 10.
Dude, that was number 10.
Huh?
Now we're at a +1.
Yeah, at the
Yeah,
plus
because
one.
we're at current times now.
Yeah, current times. So, yeah, man, I'm waiting for Ginny to. I guess I'm really waiting for Finnegan to decide that he wants to
it's not
Enter into the world.
enter the world.
It's Finn's call now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm having a good time.
Yeah, you guys have done.
Just think about it. There could be a day, right? 10, 12 years from now, Finn does some like Googling of his dad, and this podcast is going to come up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
days before he was
Days
born.
before he was born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That is wild.
Yeah, dude. You just blew my mind with that one.
Right?
Yeah, that's very cool. We timed this. We did this for you, actually,
Yeah.
Finn.
Shout out to Finnegan.
Shout out to Finn.
This one's for you, boy.
Yeah.
Hope you're doing all right.
Maybe by the
Otherwise,
time you hear
Uncle
this-
Christopher and Uncle Corey are coming over there.
Yeah.
Give you a
By the
whooping.
time you hear this, you'll be swinging a hammer over at Blanc.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Shoot, I just had something I was going to say, but I can't remember now. It'll come to me. All right, so what's this last one?
So this last one is Old Ties and Companions by The Watch House, who were previously known as Mandolin Orange. I don't know why they changed their name.
I've never heard of this.
I mean, the Watch House
Yeah.
is a better name than Mandolin Orange,
Yeah,
to be fair.
for sure. But yeah, I noticed one day on my iTunes that
The change.
the name just changed.
Yeah, it was probably there was probably something else called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The label was like, this name's better.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know if they change it for that, but it's usually like a copyright thing.
Copyright, trademark.
Yeah. Where it's just all of a sudden a whole different name.
Yeah.
It's usually the case.
Yeah. But
So what does this song like have to do?
it's just I don't know. I could like again like back to my like roots because I did listen to like a lot of country music as a kid, and this is just kind of like newer folk music, and I enjoy it, and the kids enjoy it. So
Yeah.
you know these last two songs are really just things that are playing in my shop when I'm working at home in my space.
How old are they now?
Lily is 7 and Elijah is just turned 6 in March.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
But you listen to a lot of music with them then.
yeah, me and Corey were just talking about this outside. I need to do it more. Like I need to like
Yeah.
I need to
think
have
it's super important.
yeah,
man.
and I've got like nice in-home speakers that
Yeah.
you know like I should just play music, especially with Finnegan on the way. Like just having a playlist or like a radio station playing in the house, just getting music into their little ears.
It's gotta be, man, because it helps grow your brain and like that stuff affects you. Like how much? Like we're having a whole podcast. I'm 45 years old and I'm talking about like the stuff my parents were playing. You know, like it affects you for the rest of your life.
Dude, we do this
Absolutely.
class with Elena. It's
Yeah.
called Music Together, and it's a national class. There's like some in Charlottesville, Crozet. I mean, they're all over the nation, maybe even the world.
Yeah.
Super cool. You start bringing kids there when they're like a few months old. Like Elena's going to be 3 in August, and she's done four rounds of this class, like 4 semesters essentially. And now she's like the oldest kid in the class.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's just like a bunch of parents just like with their little kids, and it's getting them into music, and the instructor is playing music, and there's like sing along. On Spotify, you can go to the Music Together, and like it has all of their thing, and each semester is like one is percussion, one is strings, one is, it's all the classes are different, and you get a book and you go through the songs and sing them at home, and there are these kid songs that will totally get stuck in your head.
Yeah.
But it's a cool way to.
I mean, is it better than like Baby Shark?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
And like, I mean, Elena now is like singing those songs.
That's cool.
And she looks forward to it's a once a week class. So like whenever he gets here, it'd be a cool thing. You can start him,
Yeah, send me a
few months old.
yeah, give me some information about that.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
I did want to ask, like, do you still play guitar at all?
I don't like that.
You came second place.
I was good. I was.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
because I was thinking
my
too,
mom
like,
pushes me constantly to like
because I was
buy
thinking
another
too
guitar.
of like playing with the kids.
Yeah, and yeah,
It's
that's
like it's just a thing to do. You know, like it's a rainy day. Let's click on this, and like it's a fun thing. You can like couple chords. It's super easy, and
and
like,
that's
singing dumb songs together.
Then you get a ukulele, you know, when they're young, and it's just like they strum around.
Yeah,
Elijah has a little guitar, and I got out of it during that time, like right after Dad, like, because like,
did you guys play together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like every time I tried to do it for a while, it just like I couldn't. But
now you'd be like,
yeah. So I'm on Facebook Marketplace looking at guitars.
Yeah.
I might go pick one up this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
That's awesome.
And yeah, like I mean, I had one for a while. I showed you that steel body guitar that I bought, and I ended up selling it because I just wasn't using it. But
Yeah, because I remember we had this conversation a while ago about playing guitar with the kids, and I forgot. Yeah, because you moved to a different department, and we just don't talk as much. But
yeah,
because you're 7 feet away, we don't talk as much.
Yeah,
but
But everyone has their own headphones.
We're all headphones. That's how it goes now.
Yeah,
I am kind of bummed, man. I kind of wish it was
more shop tunes.
Yeah,
no
just
headphones.
like play music, no headphones. I mean,
You can.
I know. Listen, I
do
don't want to be
do
that
it at
type
home,
of person to take away everybody's headphones, but I think it'd be better.
I mean, I'm in the shop by myself. I mean, I like to have music around and not just like in my ear.
Yeah, I hate it in my ear. I like it just being, even if I can't even hear it that well, just like I'll come out here, I'm sanding or something, I'll just come in the box and play records. And I play music in that thing, but it's always like
it is rough on
the day.
I mean, it is rough on your ears to not have the protection. Yeah, like
it's way better to have earplugs.
Yeah,
but
like same thing. Like when I'm at home in my shop, it's mostly just like I'm gonna blare music in there until like one of my neighbors is like, "Hey, can you
turn that down?"
It's been a while. I've been patient.
You're
enough.
already banging on an anvil and you're blasting tunes.
Yeah. Which my neighbors are super cool about it. Like I don't think anybody's ever really like said anything to me to like stop. But
when you start seeing them peering out the kitchen window, it's gotta pay attention.
Like when it's like 10:30 at night, it's like, I should probably stop.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, because Walker, our boy, he plays drums.
Does he?
I'm a singer.
I'll start a little
play
band.
guitar. Just need a little bass player.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Haley.
I do a little
like
singing.
a huge stand-up bass, just shredding.
That would be cool. I do a little singing too. I used to. I had like the full rig. I was like the Bob Dylan like harmonica.
One-man band?
The harmonica and guitar and singing.
Oh,
and
Chris
playing.
plays guitar too, so he could probably, we could figure something out.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun to do. Like at least just like, I'll just get out to practice space and just with instruments and just see what happens.
I haven't played in a long time.
No, I know. That's the whole point.
Way out of practice.
I don't like good music. I like music that, like, you know what I mean? Like, I like bands.
You didn't hear his playlist?
Yeah. Like, no, I'm saying like everything that ends up being good just starts as having fun.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter whether it's good or not. That's just the way it is. Like, I'm not a good singer. I just like to sing rock.
It's another train.
Dude, train number 3.
Yeah. All right. Let's
jump into the
so this
plus
is
one.
This is the plus one, Old Ties and Companions by The Watch House.
All right. Let's get it.
All right. That was fantastic. Beautiful.
Watch House.
Man, that was
Watch
House.
Yeah, we were just talking about how like American like bluegrass and folk is so big in like England and the UK.
And Ireland,
And then it was like, well, I'm just thinking of it the wrong way. Like we have bluegrass and folk because what they've been doing for generations.
Absolutely.
But I was just over there not too long ago, and it was just like,
oh yeah, you went to
huge.
Edinburgh.
Yeah, I was in York. I was in York, England, and Edinburgh, and especially like in that area.
Yeah.
Like they love that stuff, man. And it's
all the little pubs. It's all the American folk is big over there.
But it makes sense, you know, like we have it because that's what they were doing.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
We just made it our own and sent it back over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the verse.
It's the American way.
British invasion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You make something up, we make it super cool.
And then
we
give it
send
back,
to you.
on a premium. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All right, man. So this was great.
This has been fun. Yeah, we should do this every week.
I mean, I do it
Y'all-
every week.
y'all-
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really great to because I know you pretty well, but this was good.
Yeah.
This was like
No, it is cool, like getting to know everyone on a more personal level.
more personal
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been super fun. Like I've listened to all of them too, and it's been a lot of fun. Like getting to know people and finding new music.
Yeah.
you know, here and there. Sonia's friends, my brother's friends.
So good.
Yeah, that band.
The
It was something.
I thought it was like
Waya-
Waya.
Yeah.
Wayaku.
Waiku,
Whatever.
Waiku,
Yeah, yeah.
Waiku, yeah.
They were awesome.
Wayuka.
Wayuka.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I need to.
Wayuka.
I want to look them up because I
Yeah.
was. Yeah, I only got like the 30-second snippet, but
Okay.
Yeah. I've listened to them.
but it sounded like something I'd be
Yeah.
into.
Yeah, they were
So,
very good.
Yeah,
All right, man. Well,
yeah.
we usually do. We didn't come up with a good name for this episode in this thing.
What?
Normally in the conversation we come up with like, oh, that's the name of the episode. Like some Enter the Dragon.
Enter the
That's
Dragon.
the name,
the Dragon.
That's the
Enter
name
the
of this
Dragon.
episode. Even though I'm the one that said I'm sorry, but I think that was a good line. We also usually do a discount code if you've listened this far.
Which no one's used yet on any of the other ones. So
Yeah.
we'll see
Oh,
what
wow.
happens.
Yeah.
Do I get to?
So
pick-
yeah,
do I
you get to
pick it?
pick it.
Yeah, you get to pick the
it?
code.
What are you doing?
Maybe Finnegan. That's hard to spell.
It's hard to spell. Let's just do. What, I get to pick the percentage too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it can't be ridiculous.
Well, no. Let's do.
Actually, make it ridiculous. Maybe somebody
Maybe
actually
somebody
use it.
actually use it. All right, well, nobody's done 15 yet, so let's do 15%.
15?
15.
Yeah. But
And,
what's the code?
the code is
Fin 15, man.
Fin 15.
Yeah.
Ooh, Finn?
FINN 15.
Fin 15.
Fin
FINN 15.
15.
You get 15% off your entire order.
Yeah. Bye.
Nick,
Yeah.
this was great.
This was awesome.
I'm
Yeah.
really glad we finally got you in here, and you're one of the dudes I want to always hang out with, and we hang out, we do stuff,
Yeah,
but
I feel the same.
yeah,
We need to hang out some more.
we need to do it
Yeah.
more. And this
I
is
was
good.
thinking about doing after the whole baby craziness settles down a little bit, doing a cookout at the house and just inviting the crew over.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to come.
Dude, that'll be like 3 years. Or 10
I mean,
years.
I don't mean completely calm down.
By the
Just
time the baby chills out,
Yeah,
this dude's
just-
been out of 3
yeah.
years.
I
Yeah,
know.
baby
No,
hasn't
just-
chilled out.
And my girl just gets crazier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get crazier, but just
Yeah.
enough to
Well, boy is different crazy. He'll go around and punch everybody or something, but that's fine.
or maybe.
Yeah, just dump some dirt
Yeah.
on somebody's head.
Dirt and punches.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Boys.
Dirt and punches. Name of the episode.
Dirt and punches.
There it is.
Yeah.
Dirt and punches.
That's better than Enter the
yeah.
Enter the Dragon, yeah.
All right, brother. We'd like to
Yeah.
end the show on a cheers,
Oh yeah.
and I really appreciate you coming in here. And it was
Thanks for having me.
it was nice learning more about you in a good organic way. And thank you very much. And we'll definitely have you back.
Okay, man.
All right,
This is
brother.
awesome. Cheers.
Cheers.
Dirt and punches.
Dirt and punches. Yep. I like it. Yeah, dude, you're gonna be fucking dead.